Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly captivate the thoughts of those around them? Imagine this: you meet a woman who completely captures your attention, leaving you both exhilarated and curious. Now flip the script. What if you could be the one who lingers in her mind, making her think about you long after the conversation ends? Sound impossible? It's not. It's just a matter of shifting perspective and unlocking the right tools. Here's the thing: many people approach attraction with the wrong mindset. They think it's about surface-level charm, good looks, or flashy moves. But what if I told you that the key lies in something much deeper? Something rooted in ancient wisdom and personal mastery. That's right, Stoicism can be your ultimate ally in making a lasting impression. This isn't just about momentary attraction. It's about building a connection so profound that you naturally occupy a special place in her thoughts. Are you ready to dive in? Let's embark on a journey that will transform how you approach your interactions. Stick around, because the secrets we're about to uncover could completely change the game for you. 1. Focus on personal growth and self-discipline. Here's a powerful truth. People are drawn to those who exude a sense of purpose and self-assurance. If you want to leave a lasting impression, it all starts with how you invest in yourself. Ask yourself, what kind of person are you building? Are you pursuing your passions, sharpening your skills, and growing as an individual? When you're deeply engaged in your personal growth, you naturally become more magnetic. Think about it. When someone is always available, always seeking external validation, their value diminishes. Why? Because their time and energy seem limitless, too easily given away. But when you focus on your personal pursuits, whether it's mastering a new skill, advancing in your career, or simply bettering your mind, you signal that your life is full and meaningful. This is where Stoicism comes into play. Stoicism teaches us the importance of discipline and self-mastery. It reminds us that true contentment comes from within, not from external validation. When you embrace this mindset, you stop chasing others for approval. Instead, you focus on becoming the best version of yourself. And guess what? That shift is incredibly attractive. Women are drawn to men who have a sense of direction, who are passionately committed to their own growth. It signals confidence, independence, and strength. But let's get specific. How do you balance this personal focus with your interactions? Here's where it gets interesting. You don't ignore her or play games. Instead, you let your life speak for itself. The next time she asks about your day, instead of the usual nothing much, share a bit about the project you've been working on or the book you've been reading. Let her see the depth of your world. Now, here's a crucial question. Are you cultivating habits that make you proud of who you are? Whether it's hitting the gym, meditating, or learning a new language, these pursuits not only enrich your life but also make you stand out. When you talk about your goals and achievements, you're not just filling the conversation, you're showing her that you're someone with ambition and drive. That's irresistible. And here's the best part. When you're genuinely invested in your growth, you naturally create moments of absence. You're not constantly available because you're busy building a fulfilling life. This absence does something powerful. It makes her value the time you do spend together. Suddenly, your presence feels like a gift, something she looks forward to and cherishes. Let me ask you this. Who would you rather spend time with? Someone who's always waiting around, or someone who's driven, dynamic, and constantly evolving? The answer is clear. By focusing on your personal growth, you're not just becoming more attractive, you're laying the foundation for a connection that's built on mutual respect and admiration. Remember, this isn't about playing hard to get. It's about genuinely prioritizing your own life and allowing that energy to radiate outward. When you embody this level of self-discipline and focus, you'll find that she's not just thinking about you, she's wondering when she'll get to share in your fascinating world again. Stay tuned, because this is only the beginning. We're just getting started on this journey, and the next step will take things to a whole new level. 2. Pay attention to details. Have you ever experienced that warm, almost electric feeling when someone remembers a small, seemingly insignificant detail about you? It's powerful, isn't it? Now imagine wielding that power in your interactions. If you want to be unforgettable, Mastering the art of noticing the little things is key. This is where you step beyond surface-level connection and show her that you truly see her. Details matter. They're the threads that weave the fabric of genuine connection. In a world where people often focus only on the big, obvious things, being someone who notices the small stuff is a rare and beautiful skill. Stoicism teaches us the importance of mindfulness, of being fully present in every moment. When you pay close attention to what she shares, you're doing more than just listening. You're showing respect, interest, and care. And trust me, she'll notice. Think about this. How many people in her life ask her the same routine questions? How's work? What's new? These conversations blend together, forgettable and dull. But when you remember that she loves her coffee a certain way, or that she's passionate about a niche hobby, you stand out. These aren't just trivial facts. They're pieces of her world. And when you take the time to remember and engage with them, you're telling her, I see you, and I care. Let's make this actionable. The next time she shares something about her day, whether it's a book she's reading or a challenge she's facing, make a mental note. Better yet, jot it down afterward. Then, casually bring it up in a future conversation. Maybe she mentioned a favorite author. Imagine how her eyes will light up when you say, hey, I saw a new book by that writer you love, and thought of you. It's such a simple gesture, but its impact is profound. But here's the catch. This isn't about keeping score or trying to impress her. Authenticity is everything. Stoicism reminds us to act with integrity, focusing on our inner virtues rather than seeking external rewards. You're not remembering details to win points, you're doing it because you genuinely value the connection. That authenticity is what makes this approach so effective. Now let's take it one step further. Beyond remembering details, show her that you're thinking ahead. If she casually mentions that she's been craving a particular treat or that she loves a specific flower, surprise her with it sometime. It doesn't have to be extravagant. In fact, the smaller and more thoughtful the gesture, the better. You're creating moments that linger in her mind, moments that she'll replay over and over. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you felt truly seen and appreciated? Now imagine being the person who gives that feeling to someone else. That's the magic of paying attention to details. It's not flashy, but it's deeply impactful. It shows that you're not just present, but truly engaged in the relationship. Here's a quick challenge for you. The next time you're in a conversation, practice active listening. Don't just hear the words, absorb them. Pay attention to her tone, her expressions, and the little things she might not even realize she's sharing. These are the gold nuggets that will set you apart. If this resonates with you, take a moment to reflect. Have you been overlooking the small details in your interactions? Let's change that starting now. Leave a comment below sharing one small thing you've noticed about someone important to you. And if you're finding value in these insights, hit that like button to let us know. We're just getting started on this journey, and your engagement helps us continue bringing you powerful, transformative content. 3. Create intrigue with gradual disclosure. There's something undeniably captivating about mystery. Think about the last time a story, a movie, or even a conversation left you hanging on the edge of your seat, eager to know more. Now, imagine embodying that same intrigue in your interactions. One of the most powerful ways to keep someone thinking about you is to master the art of gradual disclosure. Here's the beauty of it. You don't have to reveal everything about yourself all at once. In fact, doing so can often dilute your allure. Instead, leave gaps in the narrative. Share just enough to spark curiosity and let her fill in the blanks. It's like crafting a story where the most exciting chapters are yet to be uncovered. This keeps her mind actively engaged, replaying your conversations and wondering about the parts you've yet to share. Let's get practical. Suppose you're sharing an experience like a recent adventure or a personal achievement. Instead of delivering a complete play-by-play, drop a hint or two and hold back some of the details. For example, you might say, I once got into a pretty unexpected situation while hiking in the Rockies. Let's just say it was one of those moments where you really learn what you're made of. Then pause. Let her curiosity do the work. If she asks for more, you've successfully drawn her in. If not, the intrigue lingers and she's left wondering about the rest of your story. This approach aligns perfectly with Stoicism. The philosophy teaches us to value moderation and intentionality. Not everything needs to be said or done all at once. By embracing this principle in your interactions, you create space for curiosity to flourish. It's not about withholding information to manipulate. It's about pacing the flow of connection so that it unfolds naturally and meaningfully. Now, why does this work so well? Humans are naturally drawn to the unknown. When we sense there's more to learn about someone, we can't help but want to dig deeper. This creates a psychological tension, a desire to resolve the information gap. And when that tension is tied to you, she'll find herself thinking about you long after the conversation ends, piecing together what she knows and imagining what she doesn't. Here's another way to create intrigue. Share your passions and interests in layers. For instance, if you're into music, don't just say, "I love playing the guitar." Instead, mention how you once performed at a small, hidden venue that only a few people know about, or how you're working on writing a song inspired by a unique experience. This adds depth and invites her into your world piece by piece. But remember, balance is key. Stoicism teaches us that life is about equilibrium, neither overindulging nor withholding to excess. While it's important to maintain an air of mystery, you don't want to come across as aloof or overly secretive. Share enough to keep the connection authentic and engaging, but always leave room for curiosity. Consider this. The most compelling relationships aren't built in a single moment, but over time, with each interaction adding a new layer. By gradually revealing parts of yourself, you create a dynamic that keeps her invested, eager to learn more, and constantly thinking about what's next. Ultimately, gradual disclosure isn't just about attraction, it's about building a connection that feels rich and rewarding. When done with intention and authenticity, it transforms your interactions from ordinary to unforgettable. 4. Communicate effectively and charismatically. The way you speak has a profound impact on how you're perceived and remembered. It's not just about the words you choose, but how you deliver them. A captivating voice, rich with expression and intention, can leave an indelible mark on anyone who hears it. If you want to make her think about you all the time, mastering the art of effective and charismatic communication is essential. Think about it. Have you ever been drawn to someone not because of what they said, but how they said it? The rise and fall of their voice, the way they paused at just the right moment, or the enthusiasm that colored their words. These subtle elements can make a conversation memorable and emotionally engaging. And here's the best part. You don't need to be born with a perfect voice to develop vocal charisma. It's a skill that can be honed with practice. Let's start with a simple but powerful technique. Vary your tone and pace. A monotonous voice can make even the most interesting stories sound dull, while a dynamic voice keeps her engaged. For instance, when sharing an exciting story, let your voice reflect the thrill. Speak faster, with more energy, when you reach the climax of the tale. Then, slow down and lower your tone when you're building anticipation or sharing something personal. This creates a rhythm that naturally draws her in and keeps her attention. Another important aspect is pausing. Don't underestimate the power of silence. A well-placed pause can add weight to your words, giving her a moment to process and reflect. It shows confidence and control, key traits emphasized in Stoicism. You're not rushing to fill every gap in the conversation. Instead, you're comfortable with silence, letting the moment breathe. Now, let's talk about emotional resonance. Your voice should mirror the feelings you want to convey. If you're sharing something lighthearted, let a smile inflect your tone. If you're discussing a deeper, more reflective topic, allow your voice to soften and slow down. This kind of emotional alignment not only makes your words more impactful, but also shows that you're present and attuned to the conversation's mood. Stoicism offers a guiding principle here: communicate with intention. Every word, every inflection should serve a purpose. Speak thoughtfully, ensuring that your words are not only heard but felt. This doesn't mean you need to overthink every sentence. Rather, it's about being deliberate in how you express yourself. When you speak with clarity and confidence, your words carry weight, leaving a lasting impression. Here's an exercise to help you refine your vocal delivery. Practice reading aloud. Choose a passage from a book, an article, or even your favorite speech, and focus on delivering it with varied tone, pace, and emotion. Record yourself and listen back to identify areas for improvement. Over time, this practice will help you develop a more engaging and dynamic speaking style. But vocal delivery is just one part of the equation. The content of your conversation matters too. Aim for depth and variety in your topics. Move beyond small talk and explore subjects that reveal your interests, experiences, and perspectives. Ask open-ended questions that invite her to share her thoughts and feelings, creating a dialogue that feels rich and meaningful. Ultimately, effective and charismatic communication isn't about impressing her with flashy words or dramatic storytelling. It's about creating a space where both of you feel genuinely connected. When you speak with intention, authenticity, and emotional resonance, your conversations become memorable experiences that she'll replay in her mind long after they've ended. And in those quiet moments of reflection, she'll find herself thinking about you. 5. Introduce unpredictability and spontaneity. Let's be honest, routine can get boring fast. While consistency has its place, there's nothing more exciting than the unexpected. If you want to stand out in her mind, you need to bring a sense of spontaneity and unpredictability into your interactions. Why? Because people are naturally drawn to those who can keep them on their toes, making every moment feel fresh and exhilarating. Think back to some of your most memorable experiences. Chances are they weren't meticulously planned. They happened in the spur of the moment, an impromptu road trip, an unplanned detour to a hidden gem, or a sudden burst of laughter at something completely unexpected. These are the moments that linger, the ones that make life vibrant and exciting. And guess what? They work the same way in building attraction. Here's where Stoicism plays an unexpected role. While Stoicism is often associated with calm and measured responses, it also encourages embracing the unpredictability of life. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius remind us to be open to the unknown, to adapt and thrive in changing circumstances. You can channel this wisdom into your interactions by being someone who's unafraid to break away from the mundane and seize the unexpected. For example, let's say you're out with her for a casual coffee date. Instead of sticking to the usual plan, why not suggest exploring a local art gallery you just noticed or checking out a nearby street fair? Maybe there's live music playing around the corner. Invite her to dance. These spontaneous shifts not only keep the energy alive, but also associate you with the thrill of new experiences. And when she thinks back on the time spent with you, it'll be those exciting, unpredictable moments that stand out. Unpredictability isn't just about activities, it also applies to conversation. Break free from the standard script. Instead of talking about the weather or work, throw in an unexpected philosophical question or a fun hypothetical scenario. If you could live in any historical era, which would it be and why? Or what's one wild thing you've always wanted to try but never had the chance? Questions like these spark curiosity and lead to deeper, more engaging conversations. But here's the key. Unpredictability works best when it feels natural, not forced. You're not trying to manufacture excitement. You're simply staying open to the opportunities life presents and inviting her along for the ride. When done right, this keeps the connection dynamic and full of life. Now let's make this interactive. What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done? Share your stories in the comments below. And if this idea of embracing spontaneity resonates with you, hit that like button. Let's create a space where we celebrate those thrilling, unplanned moments that make life and relationships truly unforgettable. 6. Share ideas with confidence. Confidence is magnetic. It's the quiet, steady force that draws people in, making them want to hear what you have to say. But true confidence isn't about dominating the conversation or always having the last word. It's about expressing your thoughts and ideas with conviction, knowing that your perspective has value. When you bring this energy into your interactions, you naturally capture her attention and respect. Let's get one thing straight. Confidence isn't arrogance. It's not about being the loudest voice in the room. or insisting that your way is the only way. Instead, it's about having the courage to share your views, even when they might differ from hers, and doing so in a way that invites dialogue rather than shuts it down. Stoicism teaches us to stand firm in our principles while remaining open to reason. This balance of conviction and humility is key to becoming someone worth listening to and thinking about. Imagine you're discussing a topic you're passionate about, whether it's philosophy, travel, or even a recent book you've read. Instead of simply stating facts or opinions, share why it matters to you. Let your enthusiasm shine through. Passion is contagious, and when you speak from a place of genuine interest, it's hard for her not to be intrigued. But what happens when your ideas clash? This is where many falter, either becoming defensive or retreating altogether. Here's the Stoic approach. Remain calm, listen actively, and respond thoughtfully. Disagreements aren't something to fear, they're opportunities to learn and grow. When you handle differences with composure and respect, you demonstrate emotional maturity, a trait that's both rare and highly attractive. Another important aspect of sharing ideas confidently is variety. Don't limit yourself to one area of expertise or interest. Diversify your conversations. One moment you could be discussing the ethical implications of AI, and the next, you're sharing a funny anecdote from your last vacation. This unpredictability in topics keeps her engaged and shows that you're a well-rounded individual with a curious mind. Now here's a subtle but powerful tip. Connect your ideas to her experiences. If she mentions a topic she's interested in, find a way to link it to something you're passionate about. This creates a bridge between your worlds, making the conversation more personal and engaging. It also shows that you're not just talking to be heard, but genuinely trying to connect. Finally, remember that confidence is as much about listening as it is about speaking. When she shares her thoughts, give them the same weight and attention you expect for yours. Ask follow-up questions, show genuine curiosity, and acknowledge her perspective. This reciprocity builds trust and mutual respect, deepening the connection between you. In the end, sharing your ideas with confidence isn't just about leaving a strong impression, it's about creating a space for meaningful exchange. It's about showing her that you're not afraid to be yourself, to think deeply, and to engage in conversations that matter. And long after the discussion ends, those moments of intellectual connection will linger in her mind, making her think of you not just as someone interesting, but as someone unforgettable. 7. Use subtle influence through language. Language has a unique power. It can plant ideas, evoke emotions, and leave lasting impressions. When used skillfully, it becomes more than just a tool for communication. It becomes a way to shape how others perceive and feel about you. One of the most effective ways to make her think about you constantly is to master the art of subtle influence through language. This isn't about manipulation. It's about guiding the conversation in a way that feels natural and engaging, while subtly embedding positive associations. Let's explore how this works. Imagine you're in a conversation, and instead of simply stating facts or making direct statements, you phrase things in a way that subtly influences her subconscious. For example, rather than saying, "You'll enjoy spending time with me," you might say, "It's amazing how time seems to fly when we're having a good conversation." This plants the idea without being overt, allowing her to naturally associate your company with enjoyment and ease. This technique, often referred to as embedded suggestions or implanted commands, works because it bypasses the conscious mind's natural defenses. It gently nudges her thoughts in a particular direction without making her feel pressured or manipulated. Stoicism, with its emphasis on measured and intentional communication, aligns perfectly with this approach. The philosophy teaches us to speak thoughtfully and purposefully, ensuring that our words carry weight and meaning. Here's another example. When discussing something lighthearted, you might say, "I wouldn't ask you to think about how much fun we're having right now, but it's hard not to notice, isn't it?" This sentence subtly invites her to reflect on the positive feelings she's experiencing in your presence, reinforcing those emotions and making them more memorable. The beauty of this method lies in its subtlety. It's not about delivering a grand, sweeping declaration that demands her attention. Instead, it's about weaving your words into the fabric of the conversation, creating a seamless flow that naturally draws her in. She won't even realize that these suggestions are taking root, but they'll linger in her mind, shaping how she perceives your connection. Another powerful tool is the use of vivid imagery and storytelling. When you share a story or describe an experience, use language that engages the senses and paints a picture in her mind. Instead of saying, "I went hiking last weekend," describe the crisp mountain air, the sound of leaves crunching underfoot, and the breathtaking view from the summit. By doing so, you're not just recounting an event, you're creating an experience that she can visualize and feel, making your words more impactful and memorable. It's also important to use language that fosters a sense of togetherness. Phrases like we, us, and our subtly suggest unity and shared experience. Even in casual conversations, these small shifts in language can create a deeper sense of connection. For instance, "We really make a great team," figuring out where to go next implies a partnership, reinforcing the idea of a shared journey. However, as with any powerful tool, subtle influence through language should be used with integrity. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of authenticity and respect in all interactions. Your goal isn't to manipulate or deceive, but to create a space where genuine connection can flourish. When you use language thoughtfully, you're not just communicating, you're inviting her to experience a deeper, more meaningful connection. By mastering the art of subtle influence, you position yourself as someone who understands the nuances of communication, someone who listens as much as they speak, and someone who knows how to make every word count. These moments of connection will resonate long after your conversation ends, ensuring that you remain in her thoughts, not as a fleeting memory, but as a lasting presence. 8. Flirt mindfully and respectfully. Flirting is an art, a dance of subtle cues, playful exchanges, and meaningful connections. But here's the catch. Most people approach flirting with a one-size-fits-all mindset, relying on shallow compliments or cheesy lines. To truly make her think about you, your flirting needs to stand out. It should be thoughtful, respectful, and rooted in genuine appreciation for who she is as a person. Let's start by redefining what flirting should be. It's not about quick wins or superficial charm. It's about creating a moment of connection where both of you feel seen and valued. Stoicism, with its emphasis on integrity and self-awareness, offers a guiding principle. Flirt in a way that aligns with your values and honors hers. This approach not only makes the interaction more meaningful, but also ensures that your intentions come across as genuine. So, how do you flirt mindfully? First, focus on what makes her unique. Compliment her not just on her appearance, but on her passions, her intelligence, or her sense of humor. If she's sharing a story about a project she's passionate about, say something like, "I really admire how dedicated you are to your work. It's inspiring." This kind of compliment shows that you're paying attention and that you value more than just surface-level traits. Next, use playful teasing to add a layer of fun and excitement. Teasing, when done right, creates a sense of intimacy and shared humor. For example, if she jokingly admits to being terrible at cooking, you could say, "Well, looks like I'll be in charge of the kitchen when we open that restaurant." It's lighthearted, creates a shared fantasy, and subtly plants the idea of spending more time together. But mindful flirting isn't just about what you say, it's about how you listen. Be genuinely curious about her thoughts and feelings. Ask open-ended questions that invite her to share more about herself. When she talks, respond with warmth and enthusiasm, making her feel heard and appreciated. This creates a safe space where she can open up, deepening your connection. Physical cues also play a role. A light touch on the arm during a moment of shared laughter or maintaining steady, engaged eye contact can convey interest without overwhelming her. These small, non-verbal gestures signal attraction while respecting her boundaries, reinforcing the connection you're building. Now, let's address the balance between confidence and humility. Stoicism teaches us to approach every interaction with self-assurance but without arrogance. Flirting mindfully means being comfortable with who you are while showing genuine interest in her. It's about creating an equal dynamic where both of you feel valued and respected. Here's a challenge. Think about the last time you flirted with someone. Was it meaningful, or did it feel routine? How can you elevate your approach to make it more thoughtful and impactful? Share your experiences in the comments below. And if this idea of mindful flirting resonates with you, don't forget to like this video. Your engagement helps us continue exploring these transformative topics. When you flirt with intention and authenticity, you leave a lasting impression. It's not just about making her smile in the moment, it's about creating memories that she'll cherish and replay in her mind long after. And that's how you make her think about you all the time. 9. Discuss future plans to build anticipation. Few things are as powerful as the promise of shared experiences. When you talk about the future, even in small ways, you plant the seed of anticipation and create a sense of continuity in your relationship. It's not about making grand declarations or rushing into commitments. It's about subtly weaving her into the fabric of your future, making her see herself as part of your journey. Consider this. When you casually mention a future plan that includes her, it signals that you value her presence in your life and foresee it continuing. For example, if you're both fans of a particular band and they're playing in a few months, you might say, "We should definitely check out their concert next season." It's a simple suggestion, yet it opens the door to imagining time spent together down the line. Why does this work so well? Because it taps into a fundamental human desire, the need for connection and belonging. When you talk about future plans, even lighthearted ones, you're creating a shared vision. It gives her something to look forward to, a reason to think about you when you're not around. Every time she imagines that upcoming concert or trip, you'll be right there in her thoughts. But timing is crucial. Stoicism teaches us the importance of moderation and understanding the right moment for action. I don't bring up future plans too early or in a way that feels forced. Instead, let these conversations flow naturally. As your connection deepens, these moments will arise organically, and when they do, they'll feel genuine and exciting rather than calculated. Another powerful way to discuss the future is through shared goals or dreams. Maybe you both love traveling, and you start talking about bucket list destinations. Or perhaps you share a passion for fitness and mention tackling a marathon together someday. These shared aspirations not only build anticipation but also deepen your bond by highlighting common values and interests. However, remember that discussing the future is a two-way street. Pay attention to her responses and ideas. If she gets excited about a particular plan, lean into it. If she's hesitant, respect that and adjust the conversation accordingly. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of understanding and adapting to others' perspectives, and this is a perfect opportunity to put that into practice. Ultimately, these discussions are about creating a sense of continuity and shared purpose. They're not just plans, they're moments that anchor your connection, giving her reasons to think about you long after the present moment has passed. And as those future moments draw closer, the anticipation will only grow, solidifying your place in her mind as someone she looks forward to experiencing life with. We've traveled through 9 powerful ways to make any woman think about you all the time, grounded in the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Each approach, from focusing on personal growth to creating shared visions of the future, serves a purpose: to foster genuine, lasting connections that go beyond fleeting attraction. What ties all these elements together is authenticity. By investing in your own development, paying attention to her world, and communicating with purpose, you create a dynamic that feels natural and meaningful. This isn't about tricks or manipulation, it's about building relationships based on respect, curiosity, and shared experiences. Remember, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control: our actions, our thoughts, and our growth. When you embody these principles, you become someone who not only captivates her thoughts, but also inspires her to grow alongside you. Now it's your turn. Take these insights and apply them in your own life. Reflect on your interactions, consider where you can deepen your connections, and embrace the journey of becoming your best self. And as you do, you'll find that the relationships you build are more fulfilling, more meaningful, and yes, unforgettable. Thank you for joining this journey of self-discovery and connection. If you found value in these insights, let's keep the conversation going. Share your thoughts, your experiences, or any questions you have in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who could benefit from these transformative ideas. Here's to growth, connection, and the endless pursuit of becoming the kind of person who leaves a lasting impression. Until next time, stay true to yourself, and remember, every moment is an opportunity to connect more deeply and authentically.